right, so we are now beginning, looks like week number 10 for Dream Vacation. So what I would like for you guys to do is go ahead and go into your drive. So let's go over to our waffle and we are going to open our website. So let's get our website open. You can search in your drive for your Cahaba Tours, or if you've worked in it recently, it's probably really close by. So you can go ahead and open that up. Just to review, the last 2 weeks on our website, we have worked on our homepage, and then we created a new page that was dedicated to quick facts. So we can go look at our pages, make sure everything is still there like it should be. And I can navigate over to my pages, go to quick facts, and take a look. Everything is still there. Good. All right. So now what we want to do is we're going to backtrack just a little bit and go over to our flight. We're going to add our flight information there. So what we're going to do is, if I look over here at my template where I had home and quick facts, now if I look at project 1 page, there's just a lot going on that page and we really don't need it. So what I want you guys to do is you'll go over to the 3 dots on project 1 and let's go ahead and delete that page. We do not need that for our website. It really doesn't do us any good. So after our quick fact page, we are going to add a flight page. So what we'll do to add just a page from scratch is we'll go over to the plus sign. And when I hover over the plus sign, it gives me 2 options, a new link or a new page. Well, I would like to add a new page. So I'm going to keep my pointer right there and I'm going to click it. And then it asks me to name that new page. So we're just going to name that page Flight. Once I do that, I'm going to click Done. And now our new page is right underneath our quick facts. Okay. So our flight page is going to be very simple to create. All we're going to do is we are going to click Insert. And we are going to pull that whole slide over from our Google Drive. So we're going to go to Drive. And then I'm going to search. I think it was called Air Slide. So I'm going to type Air Slide and then I'm going to click Enter or type Enter. And yeah, so my Air Slide is there. So I'm just going to insert it. And it's not really big enough. That's not a great looking page, is it? So what I can do is I can take it and I can resize it. So I'm going to just pull from the corner, click and drag, just make it look as big as I can. And that's pretty good. And so all of your flight information is right there. Very handy for your client to look at on this page. So now we need to go back to our Pages tab and we're going to go back to Home because guess what? I want us to add a flight button right there. So I'm going to go to my home page and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. Still not sure this is where I want these buttons, but I want the buttons there nevertheless. And I'm going to click in the blue and I'm going to click Insert. I'm going to go find myself a button. And we're going to name this one Flight. And then when I click on Link, it's going to give me that flight page. So I'm just going to put a link to that page and click Insert. And then I'm going to make it the same size as the other one, thereabouts. And let's see if I can add it to this section, put it in the middle. Yeah, there it is right there. Quick Facts and Flight. And whenever I publish this, my reader can just click on that button and it'll take them straight to the flight area or the flight page. All right, so that was super easy, right? All right, of course, Miss Prickett's going to make it a little bit more complicated for the next page just because I want to keep it interesting. It can't be too easy, right? So let's go over to our Pages tab again. And this time let's see, we've done flight, quick facts. Now let's add our hotel information. All right, so let's take our flight page right here and then let's duplicate that page. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots. I'm going to click duplicate. And this time I'm going to put hotel. And I'm going to click done. And because it was a duplicate, it just puts everything on the same. So if I clicked between my flight and my hotel, they look exactly the same. So make sure you're on hotel. And then you're going to come over here and you're going to you're going to retype, or you're going to type hotel as your title for your website page or hotel page. And then come on over here. Let's highlight our blue slide because we don't need that on our hotel slide, and click delete section. And so now I have hotel and just plain nothing here. So I'm going to go from pages over here to insert. I'm going to click down here below. I don't know if that makes any difference, but it just makes me feel better to do that. And I would like for us to go up to the top and see how they give us different layouts that we can use with different placeholders. I would like for us to use one of those. So we are going to use this top one where we see a picture on the left side, and then we have wording or text on the right side. So I'm going to click that. And then it has placed it into my page underneath hotel. So now what I want you to do is, before we can go any further, we've got to go find our hotel information. So I can go back to my drive if I want to, and I can click hotel and look for my hotel research. All right, so my hotel information is right here. I'm going to open it up. And if you did everything correctly, you're in great shape for this website page. You're going to need your hotel name, your hotel address, price per night, number of nights, total cost for the trip, and then hopefully you have a beautiful paragraph down here with a topic sentence and reason number 1 and evidence, and reason number 2 and evidence, and reason number 3 and evidence, and then a beautiful conclusion sentence. I know it's there. I can't wait to read them, guys. All right, what I would like for you to do before we go any further, some of you guys, I've noticed, when you were typing, like let's say that you clicked enter after this, then whenever you started typing, everything was highlighted that orange color. I do not want that orange color on your website. So if that's the case, you need to go over here and you need to highlight whatever is highlighted, and then go up to the highlighter and change it to transparent so that it can just be plaino. Okay, I just want plain text for multiple reasons, and we'll talk about that later. One reason is those who are sight impaired, it makes it harder for the screen to read if you have a lot of color and a lot of highlighting and stuff. So we want to keep that information available for those who are seeing impaired. All right. Okay, moving on. So I'm going to fix that. So you should have this slide up and running, and it should be all completed because we did all of our work on all of those weeks. Now I'm going to toggle back over to Cahaba Tours that says and make sure I'm going to double check. Yes, I'm on my hotel page. This is where I need to be. So here I want us to click to edit text, and this is where we're going to put the hotel name. Now some of our hotels are some weird names, aren't they? So if you want to copy it, or if you want to highlight it, and then if you want to copy it, Control C, and then toggle back over, and then make sure your cursor is in your text box and Control V, then it will just copy and paste it. Now, we're not going to put anything on this text right here where it says click to edit text. So I can click right next to it and I can delete that if I want. And that just kind of clears that up. Now we're going to come over here to this placeholder, and it has a little plus sign because it gives us lots of options here. And we're going to use the map option. So I'm going to click the plus sign, and then it gives me all these options, and I'm going to go to map and click on that. Now it's going to let me enter a location. Well, there was a reason why I wanted you to add this hotel address to this slide, because I want you to copy this address. So you're just going to highlight it, and then you're going to Control C, go back over here to your website, and put your cursor in, enter a location, and Control V, and then click enter. And then we have created a map of where your hotel is actually located. I tried to change it over to the satellite image because it looks so cool. But when I insert it into my Google map, it didn't really work. It kept it the same way. You could try to see if it'll work for yours. So I changed it to satellite view, and then I clicked select. Now what you could do if you wanted it to show a broader view on your map, like where your hotel is compared to the ocean, you could do that. You can either use your two fingers to slide in and out, or you could use the plus and minus. If you would rather show, and then you can just kind of move it around by sliding it. It just depends. Like if you think the great thing about your hotel is the actual facility, then you would want it to show it like that, assuming that the satellite image works. If you want to show like its proximity to the ocean or a capital city or something like that, then you may want to zoom out until you can see that part and how close it is to that location. So it's just really up to what was the appeal of that hotel. Was it the facilities, or was it the location to something else? And you can show that. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to map because that's the way it's going to end up looking. I'm going to click select, and then it's going to throw it there. Let's see if it does anything. So you are able to see a larger map. Your website people can see that if they want to. All right, so I have the map of my hotel. I just really like centering up things, especially those headings and such. So center that up. And then down here, we have some open space. So I'm going to go up to text box, and I'm going to insert a text box there. Okay, so inside this text box, you know where I'm going with this one. I want you guys to, should we put our paragraph there, or should we put how much it costs there? I'm going to let you choose. So first or second, you have to get this information on there. You get to pick which one you think is the best. I'm going to say, let's go ahead and put the cost. So if I come over here and I click on my slide, I'm going to click again just to make sure I'm on it. And then I'm going to Control C and go back over to my website and Control V. And so it has my information. Now, if I want this in a nicer format than just like this, then I could change it up, put some bullets there and things. Really, I don't want to forget all of my data from my slide to my website. So I do it like that. But if you wanted to move your text around and like put colons and dollar signs there, just so it looks a little nicer, a little bit more professional, then you could do that. It's your website. You get to do what you want. You can have it plain or you can have it nicer. If you wanted to change your text from normal text to like a subheading, and if you wanted to center it, then you could do all of those things. So you can play around with it until you get it like you like it. All right, now I'm going to add that wonderful paragraph that I know everyone wrote. So now let's go back to our insert tab. I'm going to go to text box. I'm going to add another text box because you know what's going there. My great paragraph. Now, obviously mine is not great because this is just an example. So I'm going to click Control, highlight all of my paragraph. I don't want to see any of this on your website. Okay. Do not highlight that and put that in your website. You are only highlighting what you wrote on your website. So Control C, and then go over to my Cobbletors, Control V, and now my beautiful paragraph is listed there. Okay, so now I have my hotel. I have a map of my hotel where it's located, and if you wanted to put the actual address underneath the title, go ahead. You can do that too. And then the price per night, all of that information, and then your great Great paragraph. Okay, now what's left? What do we do at the end of all of our pages? We're going to add a button. So let's go back to our home page. And let's go down to where we have our buttons. And I would like to insert a button. Click button. And what's the name of this one? Hotel. And then I'm going to click on link. And I'm going to click hotel for the page hotel. And then I'm going to fix the size. It's about the size of the other one. And I'm going to drag it on up to that little spot. And now I have my quick facts, my flight, and my hotel. So today, what you did was you had a really easy page with flight, and you just inserted your slide. That was great. Super easy. And then on your hotel, made you work a little harder for that one. We had to insert a map. Our hotel, and we had to actually input our data for how much it was going to cost. And then we added text and added ourselves a paragraph there. Then we went back over to our home page, and we added 2 buttons to the bottom of our page. We added flights and hotel. All right, guys. So that is all for today. This was lesson 10 and our week 10. And then we will we'll have one more page to add, and then we will talk about our presentations. It's going to be so good. All right. See you guys later.